Okay, so I got all the parts laid out here on the table, and I got the boat over here just to the side, so we know we got the sailboat and stand, but we want to check all the small parts that came out of the bags here. So I also have a plastic tray right here, which you might want to use that or a cup or something to make sure you don't lose the parts. We're going to check them. Now, as far as the small parts, it's showing one. We got the main mast here, and that has the base on it right there that the boom will attach to. So we're also showing we got the main boom, and we've got the jib boom for the sail in the front. Now this is a little bit confusing. They're actually showing this piece as two different pieces: the top of the mast, and then the piece on the top where the halyards and the stays, all the different lines attach, and there's holes in that, and we'll go over that. We also have the spreaders, which will go in between the two mast pieces. That has a hook on it right there, so that's looking good on the inventory. Now as far as small parts, I got a little white sheet of paper here. Hopefully that'll make things a little bit clearer. So we start out with these U-hooks right here. I don't know if you can see those on the black. Move them over here to the white. It's just a metal U-hook which will be used for attaching the sail. The count is 5 of them. We have 5 of them. Then there are these S-hooks, which are these white plastic ones. They show up here. They're not going to show up on the paper, but they are made out of plastic. It shows 6, and they apparently give you 8. So we've got 8 right there. So I guess they're giving you extras in case they break or you lose them. It's also showing 6 for the lines here. 6 of these slip stops, these line tensioners. Got 3 holes in it, and as I mentioned in the last video, that kind of right here acts like if you've ever been camping and set up a tent and attach the lines, you can tension those. We also have, and it's not shown on this inventory here, but it does come with an extra one of these, which is just this little peg piece here. It's kind of a rubbery plastic, and what this is on the front of the boat there's a drain plug. It looks like a stanchion, but it's actually the drain plug. So when you're done sailing it, you're supposed to empty out any excess water. There's one on the boat. They give you an extra one in case you lose it, I guess. So that isn't shown on there, but that's what it is. We also have a single metal S-hook here, which will attach on there. So that's looking like the small parts. And of course the sails. We got the 2 sails in there, which we took out earlier. The main sail and the jib. And then they put a sticker over here, so I don't know what's underneath that, but they give you a whole lot of this line here, which we're going to have to cut to certain lengths. So let's see. So we got all the main pieces here, and then 2 sets of props. Just kidding. That's for my quadcopter. So looks like we got everything we need, plus maybe some extra parts here in case they break or we lose them. So that's good. So we can then go ahead and proceed to putting it together. Okay, so now first step in assembly that I would recommend that everybody does is you want to put the captain aboard the boat to put him on deck so he can go ahead and supervise operations here. So we'll do that. And then the next thing is to go ahead and put up the mast. It's going to be a lot easier here, I think, although I'm probably going to have to show you in sections just so it comes out clearly on camera. But first thing you want to do is take the main mast piece. Now there's this big long base mast piece, and it is hollow. And what you have here is the radio antenna for the radio control. Now they'll put a little knot in here, so what you want to do is just very gently, very carefully, you don't want to damage the antenna, undo that knot so that it's just straight like that. I think they just do that so that this plastic piece doesn't come off in packaging. This is to keep it, straight up. You don't want the antenna collapsing inside of the mast. So go ahead, undo the knot there, and then you're going to take the mast piece, and the boom's going to attach to these rings right here. So put that toward the rear, the aft of the boat. So we're going to go ahead and take that. It's hollow. Just feed the antenna through the base, like so. Hopefully this is coming out on camera here. And then just slide it down. None of this is going to glue down or anything. So we're going to go ahead and take the boom, and then it just slips up under here. It's going to be loose. There's going to be a hook that's going to attach that a little more permanently, but this is just when you put the mast down in here, it's going to, and be careful not to push this off the base here. So hold it with your hand. That will then pin up a little bit later, but we'll just leave it there just like that for now with the boom. So we're going to go ahead and then take the spreader piece next. There's this ridge on the bottom. Make sure there's this hook on the front. Make sure to actually keep that toward the front, the bow of the boat, because that's where the jib sail is going to anchor to. It just goes on loosely. Just go up here. Go ahead and stick that in there. The antenna doesn't quite go up the mast inside, so you aren't going to hit that. Yeah, go ahead and put that there, and then take this piece, same thing, just go ahead and put that right on the top with the back facing toward the aft, the rear, the back of the boat. So we're going to go ahead and rig that next, but those pieces just go ahead and go in loosely. And the next thing we're going to do, this is loose, so we'll go ahead and put that front jib boom up there. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and cut the appropriate lines and rig this. Like I said, there's only 6 lines on this, other than the rigging for the sails, but for the actual stays, which are the support lines to keep the mast straight, there's only 6 of them. 4 of them are in pairs. So we're going to have to cut that, but that'll be easier than you think. So we'll go ahead and do that next.